All right, I originally made this video on my phone, and because it was like an 8-minute video, it didn't work. It won't upload anywhere. I don't know why it's doing that, but so now I'm just going to have to start with a blank calendar and basically show you how I schedule out my social media, um, so you can hopefully replicate it to your business. So the main thing to remember here is to keep your ideal client in mind. So just because something is working for someone else's business, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for yours. So you have to know where your ideal clients are on social media. If they're on Twitter, if you're getting likes and follows and retweets there, if they're on Facebook and Facebook groups, if they're hanging out on Snapchat, if they're on Instagram, you kind of have to figure that out for yourself. I already know where my ideal clients are, so it's made it kind of easy for me to create a marketing plan for myself. You don't want to waste your time posting and sharing and doing all this, work somewhere where your ideal client is not seeing it. It's a waste of your time, and you could be, selling and doing all this great stuff somewhere else. So you kind of have to trial and error if you don't know where they are. You can do this by posting surveys, sending out a questionnaire to your clients, or just asking people, saying, I'm a virtual assistant for this skill set. I'm a virtual assistant for women who own their own business and in the clothing line production or something. You already have your ideal client, you know who they are. So post it around in Facebook groups and say, where are you on social media? Where are you active? Where can I find these type of people? Ask your current clients, say, where are you? You got to kind of figure that out first. On the other hand, if you're marketing somewhere where your ideal clients are not, it can be a way to bring in new clients. You can kind of funnel people and say, hey, I'm on Snapchat at 12 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Eastern Standard Time. You can learn more about me and my business and see what I'm offering. So maybe they're not already on there. Maybe you can funnel them, to follow you. So that's kind of another tip too. But I'm going to briefly go into and kind of fill out this calendar that you're looking at here and show you exactly what I'm posting. Well, not exactly what I'm posting, what types of content I'm posting on social media. So this isn't going to be like a nitty-gritty showing you my exact post, because that's kind of filled out in another place, and I can't figure out how to work my video out. So when I figure that out, I can show you that. But for right now, this is going to give you an overview and get you started on creating your own content calendar and kind of get your feet wet. So along with doing all of this, you need to track everything and see what is working, what isn't. So I don't want you to spend all this time, posting on Instagram if it's not working for you. I generally give myself about a month max, maybe 2 weeks, to try out new platforms and to see what's converting and what's not. I don't want to waste my time just posting all this stuff if my ideal clients aren't there and I'm not getting revenue and I'm not getting something from it. So every Sunday, I have like a notebook that I write down new ideas in, new product ideas, new blog post ideas, anything that's new that's going on in my business that I could potentially do. So I write them all down in one area. So I figure out each week what I'm going to promote, what new thing I'm going to promote that week. So along with promoting my other existing offers, I try to get a new thing started every week. Promote it for a week, try and see what's selling and what's not, and then move on the next week. So that can be a new course, a new offering, a new ebook, a webinar, whatever. Usually something that people have to pay for though. So I'm going to fill out this calendar for August. So like over here, I said, promote new thing for the week. Okay. Oops. And I do all my weekly content plan every Sunday. So I write out all of my, actually, there's probably a way I can duplicate this. Yeah, repeat weekly Sundays. Done, right? Okay, so there you go. Every Sunday, that's now posted there. So, and then this, you can go in here and say, all right, I want to repeat this Sunday, done. Save. Okay, so every Sunday I go through and I do my weekly content plan. So I figure out what I'm promoting and I actually go through and write out the post. If I'm feeling inspired, I can write blog posts out, but I physically go through and write out my Facebook posts for the week. So either I'm promoting something, I'm sharing valuable tips, I'm trying to get people on my blog, I'm trying to get sales calls going, I'm, doing all these marketing materials and really trying to get that valuable content out. And Sundays is when I write all my stuff out and schedule it for the week. So I usually do like each topic or each post, I normally do a story. So I tell a story, I was a virtual assistant and this is a brief, but I was a virtual assistant. I wasn't converting clients. I was having a really hard time finding clients on social media. I wasn't attracting my ideal clients to me. I wasn't charging my worth. I was, scatterbrained and not attracting my ideal clients. I share a story about that and I say, I've since then learned then and I've now become a coach after my experiences throughout the years, and I'm now showing other virtual assistants how to attract clients in their business. And then I say, come follow me on my blog here, or book a consult call with me and we can figure out where your ideal clients are hiding, or we can figure out what your prices should be to make you feel valuable, something like that. So I write out all of those posts and I keep the same post content, like the same story, but I might change the headline and I might change the call to action. So I don't necessarily condone people posting the same exact thing over and over and over in the same picture and like that kind of thing, but I pretty much basically post the same thing. I just change the headline, change the picture, change the call to action, link everything up and then go through and use those. And I write all this stuff out so I can, go back and see it. I like to write things. I don't like really typing a lot of stuff out, or I talk in my phone and write it. But so that's what I do on Sundays, figure out my new thing to promote for the week along with my other stuff and do my weekly content plan. So Monday I did a Snapchat, and normally Sundays I'll figure out what I'm doing. So every Monday I do a Snapchat, actually every Monday and Thursday. So we're going to go through there. And I could change colors, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So every Monday and Thursday, I do a Snapchat for my audience. And the interesting thing now with Snapchat is they are letting you save your snaps, I believe. So you're not, all my stuff is already pre-written and I have everything saved so I can reuse this content. But you never want to just do something for the sake of doing it and then not be able to go back and look at it. Because maybe one of my Snapchats was really valuable and it, it exploded. A lot of people really liked it and a lot of people were talking about it and they were saying, oh, this is great, please continue to share those tips like that. And I want to be able to track and know what's working and what's connecting with people and what isn't. So be aware of that. And then I also do a new guest blog on Monday and Thursday. So new guest blog, I have to find places where I can be guest blogging on other people's blogs about not necessarily pitching my services, but sharing valuable tips. Again, value, posting videos, doing blog posts, doing a how-to article, doing a mini video series on someone's blog, interviewing someone, anything like that on other people's blogs or other people's social media outlets. Doesn't necessarily have to be a blog, where I'm getting myself and my services out there. So Tuesdays is a new blog post, and that is actually Tuesdays and Fridays. Again, some of these can be whenever I want, whenever inspiration hits. But if it's not written down for me, it's probably not going to be done. I mean, I kind of know what needs to be done. Oh, I didn't do, yeah, I did Fridays, okay. But sometimes I skip over stuff, and I don't necessarily, again, want to be wasting time doing stuff, but I need to keep track of what I've been doing and where I've been posting and what's working and what's not. So that's why all of this is in here. And the interesting thing with doing something like this, a content calendar, is you can go in and say, you know, go back and put in the URL for your new guest blog and then track if it got a lot of comments, if it got a lot of shares, you know, go back in here and put your notes on how that did. You know, maybe I did Snapchat topic that wasn't a big hit, or maybe, you know, I didn't get a lot of attention, or maybe it did get a lot of attention. You can go back in here and put, you know, hey, this was a great topic. A lot of people really like this. I need to do more on this. So you can go back in here and track it. Wednesday, I do a free worksheet. So this was a free worksheet. Oops. This was a free video series. Okay. This is a new opt-in. Now the thing with opt-ins, I don't know if that's how you actually spell it, opt-in. Don't fix it if it's not broken. If your opt-in's converting really well, if you're getting traffic to your blog, or you're sharing something, an ebook or a webinar or whatever, and you're getting a lot of subscribes from it, don't change it. Me putting new opt-in could also mean, like, go back and check your opt-ins, see what's converting and what's not. If something's working really well, you need to keep it like that, or you need to keep doing activities like that, or that are working for you. Or keep replicating those activities. So you also, with all of this being said, you need to be tracking all of this. You need to be knowing what's working and what's not. If you're not tracking it, if you don't know what's working, you're losing money and you're losing clients. You're missing money. You're just doing things to do things. I mean, there's no point. If you're not tracking it, why are you even doing it? Okay, so that day I was going to do a webinar. Is that post? This is a webinar. Oops. This was going to be a tweet chat. Okay. And Thursday, Snapchats. These are all blog posts. Saturday, I leave open if I feel like doing something on Saturday. Obviously, I still have things I need to do, but I kind of leave it open. That's kind of my down day to just relax a little bit. Things that I do every day regardless, which I guess I can just, I pin 50 pins on Pinterest, and that's a daily thing. Me personally, I have found 25 pins in the morning-ish and 25 pins in the afternoon, evening-ish works really well, and I'm pinning things that are relevant to my clients and customers. So I'm pinning other people's content, I'm pinning my own content. I probably won't have 50 things to pin of my own, but I can pin all of the stuff that I'm doing. So I can pin new workshops going on, new webinars, ebooks, anything free, anything paid, whatever's going on in my business, I can pin that stuff. You also want to pin other people's content that's relevant to your industry too. Let's see, I guess that's really about it. That's how I plan out everything. Also daily, I'm doing commenting daily in Facebook groups, so I'm keeping up with my own groups. I'm keeping up with other people's groups. And I have a tracker. I don't know if I've shared that already. I have a tracking system that I use to keep up with that also. I'm also emailing out my blog posts and keeping up with promotions that are going on and email funnels, like I just went over in another video. I use those also. So that'll be promote new thing for the week. That'll also go in my email funnel, along with sending out my blog posts and all this other stuff that I'm doing. And I'm also sending out surveys. So I don't really do that daily, but I can create that here. That's being weird. Repeat every Monday done. So surveying, I'm constantly asking my ideal clients, what do you need help with right now? Would this be valuable to you? Is this the right price point that you would buy something? Where are you right now in your business? What do you need help with? How long have you been in business? So all of these questions, you constantly have to be surveying people. You constantly have to be searching, asking your own clients, asking in Facebook groups or on Twitter, on Pinterest, I'm surveying, what do you need help with? You don't want to go through the process of creating a package or creating content or a blog post or anything that's not relevant to your industry and the people that you're trying to connect to. You don't want to waste your time doing that. So you need to constantly find, just survey people and ask, what do you need? Am I creating things that you're interested in? Is this the right price point? And if you're getting a lot of, no, I'm not interested in all what you're doing. I can't afford that or whatever. You might be talking to the wrong clients, or you might need to create a separate offer that's a little bit more affordable, or tweak your offers and say, oh, okay, so if I offered just these two things for this price, would that be something you're interested in? So as you're surveying all those people too, maybe they're not your clients yet. Maybe this is your first point of contact with them, because you can survey strangers as long as they're your ideal client. And say, when I launch this, can I email you? Just say, I'm going to be planning on doing this within the next month or the next week, and I'd really love to have you in on it. So that's a little brief overview of creating a content calendar and a social media calendar. I'm starting to lose my voice. So that's basically how I do my months. I plan for the month, I plan for the week. And I kind of have like a daily schedule too of things that I need to get done. But that's kind of an overview of how you can create your months. And the cool thing is you have to go through and figure out what works and what doesn't and track everything. But you can replicate, your whole year out. I mean, you can't schedule everything, obviously. Social media is about you actually being there, and you want to actually connect with people. But, it's not super hard. A lot of people get really tied up in the craziness, and you really just need to get out there and start and see what works and see what doesn't. And that's the main purpose. I mean, when I started all this, I had no idea what I was doing. I had an internship and I said, well, I like posting on social media, and I started a side business, and I just really enjoyed spending time on social media and posting and talking to people. But I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just, I liked this person's blog post, so I shared it, or I commented on that person, or, I spent a ton of hours trying to figure it out, and it was exhausting and it's overwhelming sometimes, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a lot of fun and rewarding when you're doing things the right way. So you don't have to set up a social media calendar in Google. You can do it wherever you want. I wrote mine out. I actually have a physical calendar that I write things in that I tried to show you, but my videos aren't working. But yeah, I'd like to see your calendars, and if you want feedback on them, cool. You can also, kind of do this backwards. You can write down all the things that you want to do. Say I want to blog 2 times a week. Need to retweet things this amount of time, or I want to be posting my valuable content on Facebook 4 times a day or whatever, and then just kind of go through and post, say, okay, Monday's Facebook, Wednesday's Facebook, this day I'm going to write my blog, this day, whatever. you don't have to plan out everything. I mean, this might be overwhelming to you, but if I don't write it down, if I don't physically see it, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to forget. I've got so much going on. If I don't see it and I can't check it off, I can't cross it off, I'm going to forget about it. So that's an inside look to the basics of a social media calendar. So let me know if it was helpful.